Okay, today is about the last skill that you need for this test. Factorization and expansion. This title is ridiculous because I need to make you aware of what the formal name for it is, but what I'm teaching today, you can think of it as the reverse of FOIL. There's another name for it that you'll experience if you had other teachers as well. They call it Sum and Product Factorisation. And then in your book, the book calls it Factorizing Quadratic Trinomials. You can pretty much ignore that one, okay? But it's better to be aware that all three of those things mean the same thing. So, factorizing quadratic trinomials is just the proper name for the reverse of doing FOIL. Remember when we did expansion? When we did expansion, we started off with this, a, b plus c, and I showed you how to expand that. That was common factors. Then I showed you how to expand a plus b, bracket a take b, which was difference of two squares. Then I showed you a plus b all squared. And then I showed you FOIL, a plus b plus c plus d. That was expansion. What did we do next? We factorized. So we went back the other way here. Then we went back the other direction here. Then we went back the other direction here. What's left? FOIL. Doing FOIL backwards. So far you've been taught common factor factorization, different two squares, factorization, perfect squares. Reverse FOIL is needed when none of the previous rules work. For example, if I ask you to factorize this, let's think of the three rules that you've been given before. Is there any common factor across all of these terms? There's x here and x here. Is there an x in the 6?
No.
I can't factorize common factors, so no. Are there only two terms and are both of them square numbers? There's three terms, so I can't do difference between two squares. The last option that I've taught you so far is perfect squares. Are there three terms? Yes. Are two of the terms square numbers? One. Is 6 a square number?
No.
No, so all three of your tools have failed so far. You need one last one. The way to factorize an expression like this, and this is where your writing should start, is thusly called reverse FOIL, also known as Sum and Product Factorisation. This looks very involved. These steps won't make sense to you until we do an example together. You just have to trust that. Some of the kids these days say trust or something, okay? But this is the steps. This is what should go on your cheat sheet. And then when you see the steps stepped out, you'll be like, oh, it's not that bad. So if a quadratic looks like this, it's x squared plus something x, which we'll call p, plus q. If I find two numbers that are a times by b equals q, and if I find those same two numbers that add up to p, then I can factorize this to bracket x plus a, bracket x plus b. And you're going, where the hell, why is there q's and p's? Trust. Can you get these steps down? And then I'll show you why I deserve that trust. So write that factorization rule, and then write these steps, which is me saying in my head, in more less formal language, how do you apply this factorization? I give you 5 minutes, because this is the most involved factorization you need to do. Four more minutes. You can use pad if you want. I'm not here to make you do visual. Do you know the term muscle memory?
Probably won't be a bad idea for me to do it twice, once now and once in my book when I get home.
Yeah, it's practice. Unfortunately, I'm having that issue with. Sorry, question?
What's the letter before steps?
In steps. So this weird code here, I'm summarizing in worded steps. In steps, what are you doing here? 1, make sure the quadratic is written in this form, x squared plus px plus q. Step 2, list factor pairs that multiply to get q. So what numbers do we times together there? Q. Step 3, choose one of the factor pairs that can add together to make p. You can make the factors any combo of positive or negative. And then step 4, these factors are a and b, which form x plus a, x plus b. You okay up the back? Do you need a gaming chair pillow? Oh, you can have one, it's fine. Also, because of my weight loss, I've been giving away a bunch of my old clothes. So I've already given some to my year 11s and year 12s. If anyone fits into this Nike, you let me know. I'll ask your parents' permission if I can give them away. That's a medium. Yeah, I think it's cool.
I feel a medium.
I'm on my back.
Just don't get on the camera. He just gets on the camera. There'll be more. There'll be more. Trust me. Just try it. There'll be more as well. I just. Zip it up. You know, the only way to decide is if you zip it up and it's got a good shape. Okay. It's like a winter.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I do.
Is that contact that I do for your homework reminders the one on Damo? Yeah, I'll be asking permission.
Yeah. Oh, what, the email one or the other one?
Email.
Yeah.
Because I need an email back from the first contact saying you are allowed to accept.
Mum always checks in as far as I know.
Thank you. That's yours now. There'll be some large and extra large coming, okay?
Thank you very much.
Then why'd you dap me up?
Alright, can I please show you how this, yes, it should be scary because it's unfamiliar. Unfamiliar things are scary, that's why we have things like, I don't know, racism, that sort of stuff. But when you understand it, it makes sense. So here, factorize x squared plus 5x plus 4. Will our previous tools work? Can I factorize this using common factors? Why? Because 4 doesn't have x in it. I can't do a common factor. Is there only 2 terms here? I can't do difference between 2 squares. Is there 3 terms? Yes. But are 2 of them square numbers? This one is. Oh, I could probably do perfect squares there. I could try perfect squares. Because what do I square to get x squared? X. What do I square to get 4? 2. But then the last hurdle I fall at. Because 2 times by x is 2x, times by 2 is 4. It's not 5, so perfect squares won't work. So we need to do what I taught you today. So, let's do these steps. Step 1, make sure the quadratic is in this form. Is it x squared? Is there some number in front of x? Is there some number by itself? Step 1, achieve. Step 2, list factor pairs that multiply to get q. What numbers can I times together to get 4? 2 and 2 and? 2 and 2 is what you first said, 1 and 4. Is there anything else that I can times together to get 4? Hold on.
-1 and -4.
you're thinking ahead. Okay, that's a galaxy brain move. But that's my next. Let me tell the story. Okay, you've listed factor pairs. Now you need to choose. Choose one of the pairs that can add together to make P. You can make the factors any combo of positive or negative, although this one you don't need to make a negative. What pairs here will add to 5? Can I add 2 and 2 to make 5? But can I add 1 and 4 to make 5?
Yeah.
So that's the factor pair. Put a circle around it. That is your A, that is your B. So now I've decided my A and B, I can chuck the brackets in. So I can go X plus, what did we say A was? What did we say B was? That's the factorization. If you don't trust me, let me show you. How do I expand this using FOIL? X times by X is X squared. First, outers is X times by 4, which is? Inners, 1 times by X is? Lasts, 1 times by 4 is that going to be the same as that? I told you to trust me. I don't tend to teach things wrong, except for that subtraction that I stuffed up and I censored, yeah? So, can you see why I said, yes, this is tricky, but when you see how it works, it's not too bad. Repetition gets you better at stuff. Let's repeat. This one, scary, there's takes. There's negative numbers here. But let's try it again. Make sure the quadratic is in the form x squared plus bx plus q. X squared, is there a number in front of this x?
Technically, yes.
Yes, technically yes. What number would it be? Negative 1. Write that if you want. It doesn't make a difference. Take 12. So I've done step 1. Step 2. Factor pairs that multiply to get q. What numbers can I times together to get 12? 1 and? 2 and? 3 and? Is that it? Because if I go bigger, the next one would be 6 and 2. I've already got that. Okay? So I just did step 2. Step 3. Choose one of the pairs that I can add together to make P, but I can combo positives and negatives. Is there any way that I can add together any of these as they are to get negative 1? So then we do what? Yes? What combo of negatives and positives can I make 3 and 4 to get negative 1?
Yeah, 3 negative 4.
Well done. That's my pair. What is my A? My A is 3. What is my B? My B is negative 4. So when I factorize, it's going to be x plus x plus 3. And what kind of a 4 is this? Do I need to do this thing in red for you to trust?
Now we trust.
You trust? X squared. Oh, okay. Whoa, okay.
No.
Whoa.
I trust you, Dad.
You got a contrarian here. X squared. X times by negative 4 is negative 4x. 3 times by x is positive 3x. 3 times by negative 4. What does negative 4 plus 3x give you?
Negative 1x, negative x.
Should I drop them one?
Yeah.
No, I won't.
Why drop it?
Should I? Should I bring the death back? All right, next. Next, and I'll shut my mouth for a bit. This is harder because there's numbers in front of it. But you should have, if you've been listening, been armed with a range of tools to deal with anything that I'm actually going to try on you. I want to factorize negative 2x squared plus 2x plus 12. Always check if you can remove a common factor first. What's common across all of these?
2.
Could I remove? Okay, if I remove 2, I would end up with negative x squared, etc. Is there a negative in front of this? No. So,
By negative 2.
yeah, let's remove negative 2 as a common factor. If I remove negative 2, put it out the front, what's going to be left here? X squared. What do I times negative 2 by to get positive 2x?
Oh.
Negative? What do I times negative 2 by to get positive 2?
Negative 1.
Negative 2 what?
X. Yeah.
If you're, oh no, sorry, negative, yeah, you're right, negative 1. Oh, that was almost another edit there. Negative 2 times by negative 1x is going to be positive 2x. What do I times negative 2 by to get positive 12? Negative 6. So I've removed a common factor. Does this stuff in the brackets look like this now? Positive x squared plus something x plus something else. What numbers can I times together to get 6? 1 and
6, 2 and 3.
2 and 3. Is there anything else?
I can't see.
Huh? There's literally other chairs here.
What days?
Table there. Table there. Table there.
Don't expect me to cry. Don't expect me to pull out a violin if half of the room is available for you. What pair is going to get me negative 1? Is there any way I could get negative 1 with 1 and 6?
Yeah.
2 and negative 3.
Yeah. But just so that you can examine the thinking, okay, let's try 1 and 6. What are the only numbers I could achieve with 1 and 6? I could get 7 or I could get 5. That's all I could achieve there. So that rules it out. What numbers can I achieve with 2 and 3? 2 plus 3, 5. Or I could achieve 1. Okay? Which is what I need. What combo of positive and negative do I need to get negative 1?
Jeez. That was a chesty.
Chesty got? What's my A? 2. What's my B? Negative 3. So factorize x plus what?
Plus 2.
And bracket x. That's your factorization. Alright, what I'd like you to do then. So for now, until, I'll give you half an hour. Now till 9:45. What is the... do 2f, ex 2f. For now until 9:45, so half an hour.